Okay, suppose you need to upgrade from the 1010 meter over to the 230. Hit the menu key, right arrow over to the channel setup menu, go down to the pipe data menu, and take a snapshot of all this information. Left arrow out, go into pipe data, and write down all of this information, or take a picture. Left arrow out, down arrow, right arrow, take down this information, hit the right arrow, take down this information, left arrow. If you have a liquid table, go down to it, right arrow, take this information, and go down finally to liquid and index. And for each index value that you have, record this information or simply take a snapshot. Go back, go back, go back. Go down to install sensor, hit the right arrow, take down this information. Left arrow, go down here, operation adjust, right arrow. This will be your deadband control. On the new meter, it'll be called low flow cutoff. This is your time average. And if you hit that, it tells you how many seconds you have it set to. This would be, as an example, here's the local display on a 230. This would be your dampening value. Left arrow out, left arrow out. These are your flow total units. Capture this information. Left arrow out. Go down to span data. Right arrow in. And probably the most important pieces of information is going to be your pulses per units if you're using a frequency out on the 230, and if you're using a 4 to 20, the max and min flows. Further down in the screen, you'll find your max base API and min base API if this is a hydrocarbon or oil meter. Left arrow out, left arrow out. And then when you get to the FS230, you got your quick start, quick commissioning, sensor settings, your units, determine inches and temperature and so forth. Here's where your pipe information gets entered in. You may want to use the custom because that'll give you the ability to put everything in exactly as it was in the 1010. I'm not doing that, by the way. I'm just going through some sample settings here. Don't worry about this. Don't worry about this. unless you have a liner. Don't worry about this. If you have inlet and outlet conditions, let me show you where that was. I skipped past that before, but it's under application data. And there's your diameters. And there is the upstream anomaly. Let's go back to the 230. It's in here. You'd have to turn it on. And they're in here. But we'll skip those for now. Then you get your sensor selection, whatever it was on the 1010. If you're reusing the 1010 sensors and it was a high precision, make sure you choose the one on the bottom. But I'm going to skip that. Medium characteristics. This is where you could select your liquid and sound speed and the other settings. Your measurement path. And this is where you set your geometry as you recorded it from the other meter. And I have nothing hooked up to this meter, so it failed, and this would be the final step. And to see if it worked, you would look at your receive signal, which we will not see because nothing's hooked up to it. Once you finish, you go back to the main menu, and you can set up your inputs and outputs accordingly based on the spans that you had set in the 1010. For instance, if we set this to frequency output and we go down to so this is a little bit different because you're going to pick your upper frequency value. If you want to match your 1010, then this would be 5,000 because the 1010 only went up to 5,000 hertz. And you're going to have to back calculate from the span on the 1010 what the what the upper range and lower range value is. And that's it. You should be done. As long as you've configured. I won't go into each of the details for the IOs, as I've already covered them in other videos, as I did other aspects of the 230. Be sure and look for those on my YouTube channel. That's it.